Hello and welcome to the Piano Man's Library. I have a weekly reading wrap-up for you, as well as a small book haul. So, we'll start with the books that I finished this week. The first one, Patterns in the Sand. This is actually a book 2 of the Seaside Knitters Mystery Series. I did not read book 1. I don't think that really mattered too much. It was easy enough to figure out who the main character was in the previous ones. Yes, the cover says a vibrant new mystery series. I think they missed the vibrant part in the book. I'm thinking that, well, I'll tell you what the story was about. Girl comes to town, breaks into a knitting store, falls asleep in the shop window, and with a cat and a basket of yarn, and then a little while later, she's discovered. She's not arrested. They invite her, to stay in one of their cottages, and shortly after that, her father is murdered. It wasn't very suspenseful. It was actually, and considering that there's knitting, this is a knitting series. It was more about food. They did more cooking and eating and appreciating food and sitting in restaurants and talking about food and the mystery than they did about knitting stuff. So, yeah, it didn't impress me much. Yeah. Anyway, there's that one. And then, because I was still feeling a little mystery craving, I also picked up this book, which was in our home library, White Chocolate Moments. It was really good. I cried almost the whole way through this book. I'm not kidding. I was sobbing, like really ugly sobbing through most of this book. You can ask the piano man, because he'd walk in and I'd be blubbering and, This is a Christian fiction book. This is an old library copy. And I really, really liked this book till about 2/3, 3/4 of the way through. And then it was like they just remembered, wait a minute, this is a Christian book. And they quickly rushed through the rest, saving everybody. And while that's not a bad thing, it wasn't very realistic. The conversations that they had were not very realistic. It was a little, just too much. They could have spread it out a little, sprinkled it through the book a little more, something like that. But it was very, very good otherwise. And I think I still gave it uh, 4.5 stars. So it was good. Okay, so those are the only two that I actually completed. I'll just quickly zip through the ones that I am working on. There's quite a few, but I'll just show you what I have going. Now, I promised I would get to Anna Karenina, and as I figured out, I was hung up, or I became quickly hung up with the adultery that is in the book. And it's not even the main character, it's Anna's brother at the beginning that really, really, he got right under my skin, and I'm having trouble getting over that. But I will push through. I am a couple chapters into Anne of Avonlea, the second book in the Anne of Green Gables series. I am, how far am I here? Page 213 in the Truman book. So far, I'm really enjoying that. I really liked his family, at least. So, I'm getting there. I am almost done Music and Morals. I'm really, really enjoying this one. And I've started having some conversations with the Piano Man about it. And I'm going to try and get him to be on my video with me, and we can discuss this together when I've finished. I'm a little over halfway through my William Wordsworth poems. Try and read a few of those a day. And I have about another 100 pages to read in the How to Read Like a Catholic. So much information in here. Lots of good book suggestions and author suggestions, and just talking about different things. And then the last one that I'm working on is Tom Brokaw's The Greatest Generation. Yeah, I don't particularly like his dialogue, but I love all the stories. It's very interesting. I love that generation. Okay, and then I have a couple of books here for a book haul, mini book haul. And I have Moby Dick. And this big chunker, The Tale of Genji. This is a Japanese classic, and I have heard a lot about it, and I'm very excited to read that one. And then this one was coming up everywhere in the last couple of days, and I said to the Piano Man, I really want this book. It sounds great, and it's coming up all over. And he said, we have it. And I'm like, where? So he pulled it out for me. The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. So I'm not sure when exactly I'll get to that, but I am excited to get to it soon. And the Japanese book will be for the bingo that I'm working on. And just in case you want to know, these books right here are all the rest of my books for on the book bingo that I'm doing this year with Arion at Booksellers. So that's what I have for you this week. and I hope you're having a great reading week. I know the weather is getting nicer on and off, and we're spending more time out. I've been in the sun a little bit, and it's all really good. And see if we can take a book out. That would be fun. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. We'll talk again soon. Bye.